Thank you for sharing that. 23 years later, Jamil is telling you, Jameer, right? Jamar. He's telling you that he hasn't been here for a while because he's in Hawaii working his field. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Came from the hood just like us. I'm going to keep it 100 every once in a while, all right? Is that cool? Because I did see, we from Collinwood, Ginn, High Tech Academy, James Rose, John Hay, John Marshall, Max Hayes, New Tech, West, Warrensville. I didn't hear anything about Shaker, Pepper Pike, Gates Mills, or, you know. So at some certain point in time, please adults, please excuse me. I am very articulate, very educated, very well-rounded. I sit at many great tables with intellectual people, but I am from the neighborhood. I tell them, don't look this soup fool, I'm from Kinsman. You feel me? And have come a long way, but for the grace. So I share that just to share with you. It's just a couple things that I don't want you to overlook. Young man Charity honestly doesn't know everything. Man, you are much farther along than you can only imagine, with every young person in the world today thinking that they know everything. Whoo! You are much further. We had young man studying he studied graphic design and changed it to an English major. When you first heard that, you thought, wait a minute, son, graphic design and you went to English major. Whoa, that's a total change. But we don't know what the purpose we have in life is. We do not know that because of exposure, it can lead us to areas that will take us right back to our specific purpose in a specific area, which will accommodate everything we desire. Did you catch that? I got a book called Giving Up Is No Option, Your Purpose is Calling. And when you find your purpose, it has a way of finding you. Graphic design and English major, and now the young man is writing for a gaming industry? Who'da knew? We couldn't have fathomed that and figured it out on paper if we tried. Because it wasn't our business. It was just to follow the path. You feel me, young brother? Yeah. So let me get started. Okay, a lot of young people your age are thinking right now, you know, a job, a J-O-B, just over broke. You catch that? Okay. I'm going to talk real fast because I got a short amount of time. You feeling me so far? All right, because I'm going to wake you up. So they thinking J-O-B, you know, McDonald's, Panera. My daughter works at Panera. That's cool. That's all good. But she's thinking beyond that as well. She just told me she wants for Christmas her LLC. That's a limited liability company, because she has a product that she wants to design. See, I push her. I got other young people thinking more than just a J-O-B. You're spending time here on a Saturday because you're thinking more than just a J-O-B. Don't get me wrong, McDonald's and Panera's is all good. McDonald's gives scholarships. But what you're being exposed to right now, I know young people like money. They talk money. Average architect salary is $76,930 a year. That's $6,410 a month. That's $40 an hour. McDonald's and all of that is minimum wage, right? Okay, I just wanted to, or a little bit above. Construction industry is $33,000 to $64,000 a year. That's $2,800 or $5,333 a month, which is $17 to $35 an hour. A little bit more. STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. That goes beyond what we can even imagine. I want to share just with you some quick stories, and then I'm going to get out of your way. I was in Chagrin Falls. STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. I'm a people person. I'm in Chagrin Falls. I'm at the gas station in Chagrin Falls at BP. I see a nice, presentable young man in a very fine automobile. It was a two-door Bentley, Rolls Royce, brand new. Man, right. So me being the nosy guy I am and a people person, I said, hey, man, that's a very nice vehicle. And he said, yeah, thank you. I said, nah, dog, that joint is sharp. So he said, yeah, man, I love it. I said, yeah, can I look? Can I just see inside? He said, man, you can get in. What's your name? I said, Nate. He told me his name. He said, man, get in. You got to feel the leather in this car. So I said, oh, okay. Got in, and I almost melted. I said, whoo, this thing is nice. I got to get one of these one day. I got to step my game up. So I turned around and I said, man, what do you do? And he started laughing. He said, man, you wouldn't believe it. I said, okay, tell me. He said, Nate, you wouldn't believe it. I said, man, you better tell me. He said, Nate, I sell plastic. I said, really? You sell plastic? He said, yes. I bought this automobile cash money. I said, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. Back up. You told me you sell plastic. He said, yeah, Nate, think about it. Plastic is in everything. So I sell everything. And I hadn't thought about that. See, I was a young boy from Kinsman. I was a young boy, that came through the neighborhood. I never heard anything like that. I'd never been exposed to anything like that. I never heard of any opportunities that extends beyond my 6-block radius that shared with me there are opportunities out here that we can't even imagine that are being done, that all we need is information, resources, and a mentor to share outside information with us that we do not know to get us exposed to get to greater opportunities. You feel me? And then after that, I took a group of students to Akron University on a college tour. It was an engineering student at Akron University that shared with us. He was studying, it was one of the engineering programs. One of the students said, would you do it again? Would you go back through and do it again? And he said, you know what? I love what I do right now, but I honestly would go back and study, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, polymer science engineering. Polyengineering, is that correct? Yeah. And he said, I would actually go back and do that because that's the field that's booming right now. And then he got to talking about a partnership that Akron University has with something like the government and Goodyear. And then he said, well, I can't really tell you this, but they're working on a jacket right now for the armed forces that it's material, but as soon as something hits it, it turns into hard metal. Bulletproof, but it's wearable. And he said, man, I would love to be on that project, but I didn't tell you that. I said, okay, you didn't tell it to me. And then there are certain floors at Akron University that you have to have security clearance to get on. Am I right about that so far? Anybody go to Akron? Am I right about that so far? I know you can't tell me. So I just wanted to share those things with you. So be exposed. Keep your mind open. Do things like this. Connect with people. Ask questions, find out, because it's important for us to get outside our 6-block radius to know more, learn more, do more, and be more. You feel me? 6-block radius. I said 6-block radius a couple times, so I want to keep it 100 with you for a minute. Is that cool? Is that cool? My 6-block radius and the people and the circle that I keep. Y'all hear me back there? The circle that I keep. Now this is when Uncle Nate goes Nateology on you. My 6-block radius. Now if I got... They say if you want to know anything about a person, you look at the 5 closest people around them. Have you heard that before? If you want to know anything about a person, you look at the 5 closest people around you. Now, if I have Pookie the weed head, Shaniqua the bopper, Ray Ray the car thief, Kenny the welfare guru, Pete, don't nobody know what he do, but he can get you everything you need. You turn around 3 times behind Giant Eagle, and he can get you a plasma TV. 5 closest people around me, what are we talking about? You feel me? What is the conversation level? You feel where I'm going with that? It's not going very far because the conversation level is not that strong. See, you're going into fields where you're going to share some things that you want to do with some people that are close to you and around you right now that are not going to understand it. They cannot fathom it in their mind when you say, I am going to be an architect. They're going to say, man, you crazy. You can't even spell architect. Your mother don't have a degree. Your father don't have a degree. Nobody in your house has a degree. You can't even spell architect. You ain't about to do nothing. See, we have to be aware of situations like that. The average person has 80,000 thoughts per day and 70% of them are negative. The average person has 80,000 thoughts per day, and 70% of them are negative. So we can kill, steal, destroy our own dreams, hopes, ambitions, goals, and desires even before the next person does it to us. But when they do it, we feel it's easier because we can just call them a hater. But when we do it to ourselves, it's more challenging because we don't really understand why we may be in a self-destructive mode. But what you've done joining ACE Mentoring Program is pull yourself out of that self-destructive mode and into a mindset of achieving greater. You feel where I'm going with this? There was a young, motivated, enthusiastic, encouraged young person that wanted to know and do great things in life. So they heard about this island where some of the greatest people that had been in all the industries and done all of the things they wanted to do retired to this island. When they heard about this island, they said, I got to get there. So they went to the island to find these great people. When they got to the island, they went to the corner store, the general store. They asked the store clerk, where are these miracle working people at? Where are all these great mentors at that I need to connect with? And the store clerk said, I don't know what you're talking about. Your gum is 89 cents. Would that be cash or credit? So the young, motivated, enthusiastic, encouraged young person looked very, very puzzled. So a wiser looking individual tapped him on the shoulder and said, hey, how you doing? I heard your question. Welcome to the island. How about you go fishing with me and two of my friends in the morning? We got a spot on the lake that we go fishing at every morning, and we catch some of the best fish in the world. So the young person looked at this older, wiser-looking individual and said, man, they look like they can connect me with somebody I need to know on this island, so I'll go with you fishing. So they got to the lake that morning, and they got with the three gentlemen that goes fishing every morning, and they pulled the boat out, and they went to a certain part of the lake that they go fishing at every morning. It's their spot. They go there every morning. It is their spot. So as they were in the fish, they cast the rod to go fishing. They caught the first fish. When they caught the first fish, they grabbed the fish and put it in the boat and went to go put it in the bucket. When they went to go put it in the bucket wasn't there. So they said, where's the bucket? One of the wise-looking gentlemen said, oh, I forgot the bucket. He said, oh, man, you forgot the bucket. Where's the bucket? I left it in the car. So another wise gentleman said, don't worry about it. I'll go get the bucket. So he steps out of the boat, walks to the land, gets to the car, gets the bucket, turns around, walks back to the boat, and gets back in. This young, motivated, enthusiastic, encouraged young person looked at this and said, oh, snap. Did I just see that? Oh, my goodness. No, I couldn't have seen that. So they kept on fishing, and it got about lunchtime. When it got about lunchtime, they got hungry, so they turned around and grabbed the lunch. And when they turned around and grabbed the lunch, they said, oh, where's the lunch? You forgot the lunch. You made the lunch this morning. How'd you get it's in the car. Oh, my goodness, you left the lunch in the car. So another wise individual said, wait a minute, don't worry, I'll go get the lunch. So a second wise-looking individual stepped out of the boat, went to the car, got the lunch, came back, got back in the boat, and brought the lunch back. So this young, motivated, enthusiastic, encouraged young person looked at this and said, now I know I didn't dream that. I saw that. I know that was real. Wow, I thought these individuals was gonna introduce me to some people I need to know, but I think these are the individuals. These are the ones I was looking for. So they started eating their lunch and they got thirsty and turned around to go get something to drink, and what happened? The juice wasn't there. So they said, you left the juice in the car. The juice was next to the lunch. How you gonna leave the juice in the car and you grabbed the lunch? You didn't grab the juice. Oh my goodness, you left the juice in the car. So this young, motivated, enthusiastic, encouraged young person said, wait a minute. I'll go get the juice. So the three wise individuals looked at him and said, really? Okay. Go ahead. So this young, motivated, enthusiastic, encouraged young person that's about to do great things, that joined the ACE Mentoring Program, that listened to all the mentors, that's trying to do all these great things and aspiring to do more and everything, stepped out of the boat and immediately started to sink. Help me, help me, help me. I'm drowning, help me. So the three wise individuals looked and said, oh my goodness, it's happening again. Oh my goodness. Sir, you pulled 3 out yesterday. You pull about 12 out every year. We just pulled one out last night. Will somebody please help this young, motivated, enthusiastic, encouraged young person back in the boat? So they helped him back in the boat, and this young, motivated, enthusiastic, encouraged young person sat at the back of the boat and said, I don't know what happened. I believe like you believe. I'm here like you're here. I got 2 arms, 2 legs. My heart beats blood, and I'm hungry just like you were. But I got out there and almost drowned, and you guys walked on water. They said, what are you talking about, walked on water? Yeah, I saw you. You went and got the bucket, and you went and got the lunch. I saw you walk on water. You did it, and I couldn't do it. I almost drowned, but I believe like you believe. And they said, oh my goodness, it's happening again. Will somebody please explain to this young, motivated, enthusiastic, encouraged young person, will somebody simply explain where the rocks are? Some will catch that Tuesday. See, it's their spot on the lake. They go there every morning. They've been doing that. They know the ins and outs. They know the ups and downs. They know the route to take. There's rocks that you can't see on the surface of the water that are there, but when you've been there before, you know how to navigate and step on each rock to get to where you want to go. Right now in ACE mentoring program and being exposed to all of these opportunities is but one rock. You are going to identify several more on your journey, but you have to be willing to listen and follow a path that others may have to teach you. And that's what you're doing right now. That's why I'm so proud of you. You feel me? And you can do it. You got it. You got this. You want to know why you got it? I'm going to tell you how you got it and why you got it and how you're going to be able to keep it. There was a father that took his 2 children on a ride into the country. He wanted them to see the grass, the horses, and the cows, and the open fields. See, they lived in the inner city, so they didn't get exposed to a lot of that. And he wanted to just take his children on a ride into the country. When he took his kids on a ride into the country, the car caught a flat. When the car caught a flat, the father took his 2 children out of the car and put them on the side of the road and went to go change the tire. When he jacked the car up, he noticed that a branch was stuck up under the car. So he got up under the car and he grabbed the branch to break it loose. When he broke the branch loose, the jack collapsed and the car landed on his chest and began to suffocate him. So the 2 young people on the side of the road started screaming, help, help, help my dad, he's dying, help my dad, somebody help my dad, and nobody came. They kept screaming, help, help my dad, nobody came. So the older of the 2 siblings looked at the younger sibling and said, wait a minute, we got to do something, we got to save dad's life, he's dying, we got to do something, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go around and I'm going to grab the back of the car and pick it up, and you go around and you grab dad's ankles and you pull dad from out from under that car, and his younger sibling said, okay, let's go. So the older sibling ran to the back of the car and he began to pick it up. The younger sibling went around to the side of the car and he grabbed dad's ankles and pulled dad out from under the car. As soon as he pulled dad out from under the car, the police department, the fire department, and the ambulance guy got there. When they got there, they said, what happened? As they're working on dad, what happened? The older sibling started to tell the story and the policeman said, please don't lie. It's no time to lie. Tell us the truth. The ambulance guy told them the same thing. They started yelling at these 2 siblings. So an old man came crippled across the cornfield waving his cane, said, wait a minute, don't yell at them. They're not lying to you. I saw everything. That's exactly what happened. I'm the one that called you because I couldn't get here fast enough. So the ambulance guy, the fire department guy, and the policeman looked at the old man and said, wait a minute, you're trying to tell us that that young person picked that car up and that other young person pulled that man that weighs 5 times more than him out from under the car, and you're trying to tell us that that's what happened. And the old man began to explain, yes, that's exactly what happened. Then the old man asked a question. Do you know how they were able to save their father's life at a time of need? Do you know how they were able to do what they had to do at that time? And the policeman and the fireman and the ambulance guy looked at the old man and said, no, please tell us how. And the old man began to explain. These young people were able to do what they needed to do. They were able to save their father's life in a time of need. They were able to do this because there was nobody around to tell them that they could not do it. Average person has 80,000 thoughts per day, and 70% of them are negative. Do not listen to anyone that will tell you you can't do something because of where you live, the income of your household, who you are, what you look like. Never let anybody tell you you can't do anything, because you have been designed and equipped to do everything you wish to do. You feel a brother up in here? Up in here? In order to achieve, you got to believe and never deceive. The capability of any possibility for versatility is the best ability. It's not to change who you are, but to add on who you want to become. And if nobody told you just yet today, I want to tell you I love y'all very much and keep up the great work.